This school year, 27% of Oklahoma school districts, 119 of them to be exact, cut down from a 5-day school week to just 4 days. School superintendents claim they were so devastated by the budget cuts that they didn't have the money to keep schools open. But a state senator is calling hijinks on that move, and that is why he is introducing a bill next session to mandate 5-day school weeks across our state. So joining us now is that Senator Kyle Loveless. Thank you for being with us here this morning.
Always a pleasure.
You know, this budget deficit, we have just seen it be the catalyst for detrimental ripple effects across the state, especially to education. And, you know, I'm not a parent, I'm not a teacher, I'm not even a student anymore. But when you hear, you know, it being taken down to 4 days, a lot of concerns come to mind. So tell us about this fight of yours to keep a 5-day traditional school week in place.
Well, I think that we're seeing a lot of districts thinking that it will save money, and the sheer reality is it doesn't. We've seen studies from other states that show it could save 0.2% to 1%. Well, if it's really only saving that amount of money in their entire budget, is it really worth the inconvenience to the parents? Because we've seen in other states as well as here, if you have one more day that you have to get childcare, one more day that you have to take care of them, it could be like an additional, like a silent tax on the parents, up to $1,200 a year. Well, that's not fair to the parents. And when they're already being taxed to pay for their education.
And let's talk about these schools that are already operating on a 4-day school week, because we did have a lot of viewers chime in and say, oh, this is news to me. How do they operate under that? Is it longer school days, fewer holidays? How is that possible?
They basically just take the hours that they would take on the 5th day and then kind of spread them out over the 4 days. So it makes it a longer day. But the problem is when they go to that, there really are no savings, and it really is a disruption to the kids and to the parents. And so to me, I don't think it's the best policy moving forward.
And, you know, this whole education issue has definitely been a hot button issue here. Tell me what research says when it comes to how beneficial that extra day is. I mean, what kind of disadvantage are those 4-day students seeing as opposed to somebody who's still with the traditional 5-day week?
Well, there have been studies from other states. Some show that there is nominal improvement, but most have shown that there's not. Well, if there's not any academic proof or academic progress on the kids' education, that's what it comes down to. We need to focus on what's best for the kids. And at these times of budgets being crunched, you know what area hasn't been crunched? Administrative salaries. In the last 5 years, the growth of students has gone up 6%, but the number of administrators has gone up 55%. That's just not right.
I did want to, you know, you kind of segued into my next talking point here about funding. You've come out and adamantly said our superintendents specifically are overpaid here. And looking back on the salaries of some of our superintendents, according to research that we saw on oklahomawatch.org, I mean, you can look back and find it yourself. Definitely a trend in pay raise increases for them from 2014 to 2016, the District of Maple. That super had a 63% increase. You look at Sweetwater, 113% increase there. How are we talking about these kind of pay raises when we're also talking about this kind of budget deficit?
The sad fact is we're not. The sad fact is most people don't know that most administrators got a 10 to 20 to sometimes 100% pay raise. That's not being discussed. We're hearing about the 5-day school week and the 4-day school week. We're hearing about teacher pay, which is important, and I think we should address those. But when 50% of our tax dollars of our state budget goes to education, I think it's a matter of priority. Should we prioritize administrator salary or keeping the 5-day school week or giving teacher pay raises? That's what it comes down to. And I just believe right now, currently we're just focusing on the wrong thing.
And tell me about your specific mandate. If it were to get passed come this next session, how is it funded?
Well, basically, we take the same amount of funding. The funding is the same because the costs are fixed. The salaries are the same for the teachers. The salaries are the same for the superintendents. By them going to 4-day week, they're not going to take a 5th less pay. So the salaries are going to stay the same. It's just a matter of they have to go to 5-day. Now, what we would do for those that are that have already done this, we would give them a time period to adjust. So it wouldn't just happen overnight. In the middle of the school year, we're not going to do that to any parent. That's just not right. But what we would do is whenever the next fiscal year for the school system and the school year, we would do it that way.
Tell me what the chatter is that you're hearing right now when you talk about this, you know, the 4-day school week and your proposal to keep it at 5. What are you hearing out there from the people you work with, from your constituents? I mean, do people seem to be in favor?
Well, I find it interesting, there's kind of a divide. Teachers and administrators love the idea of 4-day week because they say it helps their morale, and I think that's important. However, parents hate it. I mean, every PTA group meeting, every group that I've gone to, for the vast majority, 60, 70, 80%, hate it because they are terribly inconvenienced by having to scramble to find another day of daycare, and especially those less affluent. If there's this backpack program where this child doesn't get food for 4 days, well, that just adds a whole nother layer of complexity to this, where it comes down to kids' education is being lost by trying to save 0.2% of a budget.
A whole domino
Correct.
effect of things that happen from slicing
Unintended
this whole week.
consequences.
Yes, absolutely.